All right, welcome back. I am still MadMega, and this is a different, better Ghostbusters game. This is New Ghostbusters 2. This was what the rest of the world got, and it's super awesome. I can't wait to show this off. So we get our 4 Ghostbusters. I think there was a poll, right? And so who are our top 2 Ghostbusters on the poll here? I'm trying to pull it up, and I don't see how to do it. Oh no, is there no, well, alright then. I will take, whatever your first 2, Winston and Egon? Cool, alright, so we'll grab Winston first. Winston Zeddemore, and time begins when I select Egon, so we get going in 3, 2, 1, go. I have not run SMS Ghostbusters. I've seen it though. It's a lot of waiting, is my understanding. You kind of sit around it. Oh, we already lost Egon. He's already off on his own little world. So the way that this game works, for one, the music is awesome, super good, and the sprites are amazing. I think that this is one of the most painfully adorable games on the entire console. I mean, look at how adorable our little Ghostbusters are. Like, that's awesome. Look at them. They're so cute. So the idea in the game is that we have to clear out each room of ghosts and then beat a boss, and then we move on to the next stage. So, you know, it's your kind of standard thing, but we get 2 Ghostbusters. One mans the proton pack, and the other one mans the ghost trap. In this case, Egon is taking care of the trap for us. So, the problem with that is that Egon is AI, and, well, AI is dumb, and it doesn't, and, you know, as we're seeing here, he doesn't necessarily know where to go all the time. So, most rooms, I'm doing my best to keep him close to me, or catch ghosts in positions where he will very easily be able to get the in line to throw the trap and catch the ghost. So this is the end of the first stage. This is the Scoleri brothers, who we remember from the movie. And that's the Scoleri brothers. That's the first stage out the door. Music's so good in this. I think it's just a really enjoyable, you know, they're very catchy. This is, like, they're all based on songs from the movie as well. So this is Flip City from the film, which is a fun little, it's the montage sequence when everything's going crazy in the city. And so we get to hang out in the subway while listening to this. It's pretty rad, I think. Oh, go, Egon, you're going the wrong way, buddy. So when Egon gets confused, what he'll do is he'll do what they'll tell you if you're ever like stuck in a room and it's dark and you can't see where you're going. A way to make sure that like that's connected hallways and such. Just put your hand on the wall, on your right hand on the wall, and just don't ever lose contact with the wall. And eventually you'll find the way out. As long as you came in one way, you'll find the way out, because you'll eventually hit all the walls. Well, that's what our AI companion will do when we lose him. So hopefully we will not get into a large room like this one, for example, where if he gets lost and he touches that outer wall, I have to reset him by throwing the trap. So it can be done. It's just if you don't realize it and he gets away from you, now you're waiting a long time before you can start catching ghosts again. That is one of the worst rooms in the game, and we're out of there. All right. And my positron collider didn't seem to work there, unfortunately. That's all right. First time we've gotten hit so far. That's all right. I expected to take damage in one of those stages down there at some point, but totally okay if happens here. Grab this guy. We'll go over here because that's the end. And now we're on a ghost train, which who doesn't love ghost trains? Gotta catch all these ghosts on our said ghost train. Oh, okay. And here's Slimer. He's the conductor. We're gonna... All right, we got him. He didn't want to cooperate there for a second. That's okay. So, 2 stages down. You have a couple more to go. Next, so this follows the plot of the movie. Of course it does. And the next thing that we get to do is we're in Peter's apartment building. We have to deal with all of this pink slime that's around. So that's the big enemy in this stage, is the pink slime. And this is a long stage that can really kind of go off the rails. There's only a handful of enemies that are really dangerous, I would argue, to the speedrun. And this stage has quite a significant number of those. Luckily, none so far. These pink slime enemies that look like flying pigs or whatever, they're not too bad. I mean, they have their little spike or whatnot, but, you know, we're just not going to get hit by that. It's easy. Egon's helping out. That ninja right there, worst guy. He and I are not friends. I don't wish him, I don't send him a Christmas card. I don't wish him a happy birthday. Those guys are the worst enemies. They're so mean. So here's a enemy. If you just run straight at him, he can't do anything. You're too fast for him. See, these guys, they just spawn. And they're the same color as our Ghostbusters. So it's really hard sometimes when you're moving around quickly. They'll just randomly pop up. Oh, there's Egon. He got lost again. That's okay. He's coming. I'll wait here. The largest part of this tech from a speedrun standpoint of this game is just mostly clean movement and not letting your AI companion get too lost, mostly. If you can help it, that's really the big time savings, I would say, for this game. That was a good spawn. Right in front of me, nice and easy to catch. Yes. So, yeah, a lot of these rooms are sort of repeated, right? But they change the enemies and the spawns. These ninjas aren't too bad because they'll just throw shurikens at you. However, if they spawn on top of you, it can be hard to see them sometimes. And that's what happens, so it's okay. Usually the ones that throw shurikens spawn at a distance, not too bad. But... so there is no co-op run of this game. The game does not support it. There is there's a ROM hack, I believe, that adds it, but it was not in the game natively or originally. So this is really the best that you can get on the front end, unfortunately. But I think it's cool that it's been added in as a ROM hack, I think so. There's also a Game Boy version of this, which I believe is significantly more difficult than this version because you have to worry about your AI companion taking damage, which, again, our AI companion is an idiot. So it's a bit of a problem. Okay. I don't know how many times I'm gonna miss the same ghost there. Just the absolute worst sequence I think I've ever played in that room. Just could not get a single one of them. Unfortunately, and this is an issue with one of the later enemies as well that we'll see. The hitboxes for these enemies is significantly smaller than their hurt boxes, right? I think I have that right. I could have it backwards. Either way, whichever one sucks for me and is good for them, that's what they have. They can hit me with a larger part of their sprite than I can hit them with my proton pack. That I just walked into, but I can't believe that ghost keeps getting away. Like, that one is not supposed to move very much at all. That's very uncommon. We're just gonna stand here and catch those because I've taken enough damage on this stage already. I would just, at this point, kind of like to be done with it. Oh, we missed him. Not that time. Okay, good. Now this should spawn... Okay, cool, we got a 1-up. Every so many ghosts that you capture, you'll get a 1-up, which is a nice thing. Didn't help last time, though. We got just taken out by all those ghosties. But let's see if we have a little bit better luck this time around. Alright. Yo! Not sure I agree there, game. It is very advantageous to be able to throw the trap through the wall, I will say. That is, I think that might be the most important tech in the game. Because otherwise, we're not catching half these ghosts nearly as quickly. I mean, it doesn't seem to do any lasting damage to the building, so I'm really not that worried about it. This is the only stage without a boss. We just go here, and we get to see baby Oscar. He gets captured here. It's a weird sort of ghost thing, right? And that's Dr. Janisch. So we gotta go get him. But before we do that, I think we're gonna make our way into the sewers, into the... We've gotta deal with the river of slime. So, I mean, it's the same, you know, it's just like the other game, just totally out of order, right? Another great song. This is We're Back, one of the sort of themes of the from the movie. It was an early... I caught that Slimer too early, which then meant that I had to wait for Egon forever, and it put me in a position where I took damage because I was waiting on my compatriot there because he's slow. And of course, there's, you know, some physics working here against us. The slime is moving, and it will push against us or pull us, or help us, depending upon how we move here. So we're gonna try to get through here relatively cleanly. Those, you know, I've been so close to getting tagged by almost every projectile these ghosts have thrown at me so far. It's been kind of, they've been mean, man. It has been nice. All right. So these guys are the worst. Like they shoot like those balls, and you don't really know where they are actually going to go. They're not what I would call consistent in... And of course, I couldn't see it because Egon was standing over it. Although that's my fault. I got off cycle. These are, these will spawn in the same order, and you can basically take them out at your leisure. But I got off cycle and then couldn't see because Egon was in the way. It's great. Let's grab him. These enemies here that spin there are the worst, because as you see, like, his hitbox is incredibly tiny. If I hit him from the side, I will absolutely take damage, but if I hit him with the slider, it doesn't matter. And that's cool, because that's our second game over, so things are just going great. This is awesome. It's alright. Again, and I can't seem to get Winston to turn. See, the hitbox is huge from that side, but when you're trying to shoot them from above, they're it's a miserable experience for you as a Ghostbuster, I have to say. And of course, Egon goes all the way over there, which is the worst way to go. Would you like to catch the ghost, Egon? It's a legitimate question. Okay, good. Whew. Luckily, we are almost done with all of this silliness. And we're gonna make our way over here. because now we get to fight one more boss. We get another boss. And this is really what we see a lot of with the bosses in this game, is just sort of like throwing a lot of enemies at us that we sort of have to manage and dodge in different ways. So each of these guys will spawn and they will shoot flames at me, right? And I have to kind of spawn, I have to move myself in ways such that they don't hit me, while also maintaining a shot on them, which isn't super tough, really, usually, but the problem is that they have a pretty good range on them, and so you have to be a little cautious of where you spawn. Like, each of these guys is a little bit problematic. Luckily, though, once you're shooting them, you can walk through them, which is nice. Now, we catch the last one. Hey, hey! Okay, so we are out of there. Now we're into the, like, the sort of scary portion of the run, because this stage is long and it is kind of mean. But oh, there we go, Egon. Thank you. Oh, we did that wrong, so now we have to catch like a whole bunch of little guys that move super fast and are very likely to hit you, so we were able to get out of there. But that's that only ever shows up in the first stage, and you can actually quick kill those without triggering it, but you have to stun one and then be actively capturing the other, and you trap the first one that you've stunned, and that will serve to do what you need. So now we get some of the worst rooms in the entire game, because those ninjas are the worst. And they spawn totally randomly. Nothing we can do with them. Another room of these horrible guys that keep just doing damage. But, hey, cool, they gave me a 1-up. So I guess they're trying to make up for it. Hey, Egon, dude, buddy, thank you. You're killing me, man. I thought about trying to get underneath him to shoot up, but that wasn't the smart thing to do. Cool. So, get another bit of Slimers. There are a lot of Slimers in the museum, apparently. I guess Slimer is a big fan of art. I did not know that. We get a little bit of a Scoleri Brothers Redux, which I think is kind of neat. Nice, clean takedown of the Scoleri Brothers. We can just tell them we don't believe in ghosts. Whoa. Oh, didn't let him get close enough. So those enemies are some of my favorite enemies in the whole game. The old cartoon show, The Real Ghostbusters, had an enemy, or had a main villain that would show up around Halloween time called Sam Hain, who had a pumpkin for a head and was a constant problem for the Ghostbusters. And I just think that fellow looks just like Sam Hain, that particular poltergeist. So I call those the Sam Hain ghosts. I don't actually know if that's what they're called, but that's what they look like to me anyways, so that's what I call them. That guy's just going for a jog. I mean, I think it's kind of mean to harass a guy just trying to get into shape, but what kind of shape does a ghost need to be in? Yes, not to be confused with Filmation's Ghostbusters. Totally different things. One of those has a monkey in a car or an ape or something. I don't know. The real Ghostbusters have, a bunch of scientists. So as you can see, there's not a lot that you can do with where those fellows spawn. You just kind of gotta get lucky. We're gonna catch some more slime blobs. And once we are done with that, we're really getting close to the end of this stage, and therefore the end of the run. This is... Oh, didn't let him get close enough. Dude! All you have to do is turn, man. And that wouldn't have happened. If you would have turned at any point, we wouldn't have had this situation. I just want you to know that, Egon. I want you to know. I blame you entirely. Yo, where you going? Like, he sees me catch a ghost and he turns around. It's like, man, this is not efficient ghost busting. This is the opposite of that, in fact. Nope, gotta be careful there, because when you're right next to them, it does not necessarily grab the one that's going to move first. So now we gotta... Oh, that's interesting. It literally went through there. That's cool. I've never seen it do that, where it actually managed to get through that wall area. That's a new one on me. That particular slime was pretty interesting, I gotta say. Yo, come here. Now we get a boss fight. Just a big arrow telling us we got somewhere to be, and boy, do we. We gotta have an appointment with one Dr. Janos Poha. He is head guy here at the museum. We gotta have a little word. So we're just gonna... We made a bunch of them. We gotta catch a bunch of ghosts that are apparently trapped in our friend Dr. Poha. So there's 2 of them. I think there's 11, if I'm doing the math. And so far we're at 3. Hey, cool, we got another one up. Which is going to be helpful because we have the last boss coming up, and the last boss can be kind of tough. But while we do this somewhat, you know, redundant boss fight, I just want to say thank you again to RGL for letting me play my Ghostbusters games in another marathon. I always appreciate them giving me a chance to show off some of these. I think that you know, while I have a love for Ghostbusters 2 as released in the United States, I understand that a lot of people might not like it and it's not a great game. But this one I think is pretty cool, and if you have a chance to play it, I strongly recommend you give it a try. It's really not that tough. It is a lot of fun though. So, and we're gonna catch the last one here. Oh, and he fell down. It's Janos! Alright, so we have 5 Winstons to go, and a boss fight. Spooky. Spooky time. This is actually Spirit from the end credits of the movie, if you're wondering where the song comes from. So there's Vigo. Creepy. I don't like it. So we're just gonna stand here and do, you know, like, I'm just going to assume that this is a standard thing that most ghosts probably do not like being shot, you know, repeatedly, you know, in the stomach, let's say, with a positron collider. But that's how we do it. That's how we're gonna take out Vigo. We're trying to avoid these. These shots are random. And I have to release and re-engage the shot at a different time. That's why you see me, like, moving up and getting closer to him at different times. And that's it. And time is when I lose control, which is there. Hey, cool. We were, yeah, definitely a very accessible speedrun. Shout out to D&K Cafe. Absolutely broke this game open. So, this is, super awesome game. I love it. I think that these credits are super adorable. In fact, if you watch through here, I don't know if we have a few seconds to get through the end. There's not too many, but I think towards the end you'll actually see Satoru Iwata's name come up here as an advisor of some sort. So this game has, you know, some actual legitimate heavy hitters that were involved in it at different times too, and it's super adorable. It's made by HAL Labs. How can you not love it? Again, thank you for having me. Really, really appreciate it. There he is, the technical supervisor. I don't know how much he did, but his name's in it, and that's important to me, so cool. Thank you, everybody. Really appreciate you. Love Halloween. Stick around. It's going to be great.